Rated M for mature.
Don't let your kids watch it!
Hey there, Artie!
This area has no streetlights, so I was scared to run fast when I could barely see. The moon lit up the sky, but not my steps. The only light I had to see by was my flashlight. He's either gonna get there after Rena has already left, or he's gonna be like, Rena, why are you bleeding? Oh my gosh! The light was very weak. All I could see was the flat gravel road before me. Anything the flashlight couldn't reach was in total darkness. The expression often used in novels, pitch black, wouldn't be inappropriate. I might trip over an empty can or a rock any time. Not wanting to fall, I used the flashlight to its maximum extent to watch my step, but I was still a bit nervous. I started running slower and slower until I was just walking briskly. Did I just stop running because I'm afraid of tripping in the dark? But I usually turn around without watching my step during the day. I run around with Rena and Mion all the time. Even if I can see what's underfoot, I don't pay any attention. I don't think I might trip. I just keep running around without a care. Rena might be feeling the same way as I am right now. For Rena, the light at which she illuminates the darkness of suspicion is too weak. And the darkness of the delusion she deeply believes in is getting darker and darker. That's why she's scared to even walk on the same roads she always used to take. She fell for the contents of those ridiculous scrapbooks. People might laugh at her for that. But those scrapbooks aren't normal. They manipulate the reader's hearts and, with evil intent, take advantage of their vulnerabilities. That evil intent captured my heart for one night. That's why I know how evil they are. They're just urban legends, like the prophecies of Nostradamus or the Purple Mirror. They're a bunch of feasible lies, and when you first hear about them, you think they're too stupid to believe. But once you fall for them, it's hard to get them out of your mind for some reason. It'll be the year 1999 in less than 20 years. Well, that's a funny sentence at this point in time. Everyone knows that the prophecy of the world will come to an end in July of 1999. Yeah, everybody! There are even some TV shows about it too, which irresponsibly fan people's fears, so some people take it seriously. Those people think that the prophecy means the outbreak of nuclear war, so some of them are making shelters in their backyards. Some of them are thinking about freezing themselves by 1999 so they won't be exposed to radiation, only waking up after it's gone. Those people are completely serious about it. But when you think about it rationally, it's impossible that there will be an outbreak of nuclear war in 1999. It's true that the Cold War makes us think that the final war will break out anytime, but both powers are actually pointing their nuclear missiles at each other, and they know there's nothing to gain from either of them to start a nuclear war. Wow. The Soviets might still do it! The Soviets would destroy the world if it meant eradicating liberalism. But that delusion that the Soviets might do it could be neatly swapped for the way Takano-san uses the Sonozaki family in her scrapbooks. When people create a large-scale delusion like the prophecies above, they always use an incomprehensibly unknown enemy such as the Soviet Union, Nazi Germany, or aliens. And they say something like, you never know, they might do things like that, to try and increase the credibility of their delusions without any evidence whatsoever. What did Takano-san know about the Sonozaki family? Nothing! All she did was use the history of Onigafuchi and say the Sonozaki family is still working behind the scenes, plotting a horrifying conspiracy. It's just like one of those large-scale prophecies. It's nothing but a stupid story like that one about Nazi Germany, which says Hitler is still alive and lives in an underground complex somewhere in the South Pole, continuing to plot his plot to conquer the world. That's not the World War II stuff that they took out, right? Surely it's not, oh, we have to censor the word Hitler, right? Rena usually doesn't believe in stupid stories like that, but it was just bad timing, I suppose. It was right after she killed Rena, Mia, and Tepe Hojo, and got caught by us. She was in a state of panic when she heard the story. We were waiting for her to recover from the shock. But before she did and regained her strength of heart, a poison got into her and spread all throughout her body. Yeah, no, literally. When you're sick and have a weakened immune system, it's easy to get another disease. It's just like that. That's it. Rena's just sick right now. It looks pretty light right now. When you're very sick in bed with a high fever, you sometimes feel like you might die from it. Yeah. But most of the time, you're just overreacting. You get better soon after you take a medicine, eat healthy food, and sleep a lot. That's how she is right now. She caught a mental cold, that's all. She needs to get better soon, or she might get caught by the police. I passed several patrol cars on my way. I hid every time I saw one, since I didn't want to be questioned. I was probably passed by them twice. When I came close to Rena's house, I saw a car parked near the gate. It was obviously watching her house, trying to capture her when she'd arrive home. Mion ordered the Sonozaki family to find Rena to protect her from the police, but honestly, I'm not sure if they can. After all, Rena believes that the Sonozaki family is after her. But if they don't find her, the police will eventually. If that happens, all of us who helped her bury the corpses will be caught by the police in the end. I don't know how or why the police came to suspect her. I think they only have some circumstantial evidence, and I don't think they know why she did it for sure. Or they don't know she did it for sure, but since they're looking everywhere for her now, they must have some kind of reliable evidence. Rena, come on! You don't have time to play around with Takano-san's scrapbooks right now! The police are after you! It was so dark I couldn't be sure if she was down there. But I made up my mind and headed down the slope, carefully shining my flashlight to light my way. I wanted to loudly call out Rena's name, but there might be some policemen nearby looking for her. I walked around a trash pile, and then I saw a light. It was Rena. I ran towards the hideout, kicking aside the trash in my way. Uh-oh. Oh no, she got the lizard eyes. She got the lizard eyes. Also, oh, conveniently, she's got her neck covered by her shirt. Oh boy. This is another example of Steam sprites being the best. Rena's creepy lizard eye sprites are so much more terrifying in the Steam version. Rena was standing in front of her hideout, holding a hatchet. I couldn't blame her. She must have noticed all the noise I made coming down the slope.
Rena, 俺だ。
今度は圭一くん。
She's not gonna believe it's the real us, though.
今夜はいろんな人が来る夜だね。
俺以外にも誰かいるのか？
I showed my flashlight around, but I didn't see anybody else.
この場所はもう安全じゃないんで、今から場所を変えるところなの。圭一くんにも知られたくないから、ついてこないで。
レナ、お前どうしたんだよ？その怪我。
Uh-oh.
血だらけじゃないか。
You can see.
もう落ち着いたから大丈夫だよ。もっとも、いつぶり返すかわからないけどね。
Rena's neck was all red. It looked like she had some kind of skin disease on her neck. She probably couldn't bear the itchiness and scratched at it really hard.
タオルで拭いただけじゃダメだろ。とりあえず家へ来いよ。ちゃんと消毒した方がいいぞ。
傷口は大したことないよ。
This sprite is chilling, man.
それに、これは傷によるものじゃない。もう手遅れだし。
手遅れ？どういうことだよ。
富武さんを死に導いた何かを、私もいつの間にか服毒させられてるみたいなの。注射なんて物騒な方法じゃない。
No. To be fair though, I don't know how she got the disease, so like maybe?
多分それは弁当のおかずに混ぜられてたの。覚えてる？先日みーちゃんが卵焼きを一人一個ずつ分けてくれたよね。あの時にやられたんだと思う。
Oh, especially if Keiichi reveals that he doesn't believe in Takano's notebook scraps anymore, she's really not gonna trust him.
遅効性なところがうまいよね。くそ。
Rena kicked the dirt with hatred. She was almost literally kicking Mion's goodwill to the curb.
おいレナ、お前本気でミオンがそんなことすると思ってるのか？
Rena looked stunned, and she stared straight at me. I noticed a slight accusation in her eyes. Yep, that's her judgmental stare right there. I can tell by looking into her eyes that she wants to say, "What are you talking about? I already told you that the Sonozaki family is the mastermind behind the conspiracy."
第一よ、あの日の卵焼き、ミオンは一人に一つずつなんか分けてないだろ。
Mion cut her omelet into 5 pieces, and she told us to take one if we wanted. Rena took the end piece of the omelet before anyone else took one. She said it looked cute and ate it right there.
違うよ。みーちゃんは毒が入ってた卵焼きを私にわざと食べさせようとしたんだよ。
レナ、都合よく記憶を書き換えるなよ。タッパーの蓋の上にこうちょんちょんと5つ並べたんじゃないか。
並べてないよ。一人に一つずつ配った。
そんなこと今までにあったか？俺たちは互いの弁当箱を好きにつつくバイキング形式だぜ。
Is this having an impact on her memories?
これは誰の分なんてお上品に分けっこしたことなんて一度もねえじゃないか。
She looked at me with that accusation in her eyes. To Rena, everything that comes out of my mouth must sound like a lie. To her, it's a fact that she was poisoned. She knows for sure that the drug was in the omelet. That's why she's contradicting me, because I'm saying something different. I didn't come here to make her mad. I realized that disagreeing would only escalate her anger, so I decided not to.
それよりさ、ここはもう安全な場所じゃないって。どこへ行くつもりだよ。
さあね、適当に探すよ。
寝るところなんてそうそう見つからねえだろ。俺の家に来いよ。
ありがたいけど辞退するね。園崎家の手先が村中を探し回ってる。圭一君が裏切って私を売るとは思いたくないけど、かばいきれるとも思えない。
This is such an interesting dichotomy. In chapter 1, Rena was trying to break into our house, and we literally did everything to keep her out, even smashing her fingers. And now in this one, we're like, no, please come to my house, please.
園崎家の手先が探し回ってるってのは逆だぞ。警察がレナを探し回ってるんだ。
なんで？
Oh no, she's gonna think Oishi betrayed her.
大石さんは味方だし、私のことは放っておくように言ってある。私を探すなんてありえないよ。
多分リナと鉄平を殺したことがどこかで漏れたんじゃないかと思う。
ああ、そういうことか。
I was relieved that we finally were on the same page, but I realized I was wrong right away when she laughed in self-derision.
どうして警察があの殺しのことを感づいたかわかる？
いや、わかるわけないだろう。
Nobody saw her killing them. Nobody saw us burying the corpses. We buried them deep in the mountains, and we camouflaged the spot perfectly. Plus, Mion moved them to a secret place afterwards. So it's impossible that the corpses would be found.
今日の夕方ね、私、あの二人の死体を埋めた場所に戻ったの。そしたら、
That didn't sound good. Of course. Rena has no idea that Mion took care of the corpses. She'd think the corpses were still buried there.
なかったの。死体が。誰かが掘り返して死体を持ち去った。
いや、レナ、それ、
Don't tell her that, otherwise, I mean, she's gonna be like, I knew it.
あんな場所、誰かが偶然掘り返すわけもない。それに、あの場所は私が決めた。だからあの場所に埋まっていることは、あの場に居合わせた人間しか知らない。
そうだ。だからそれは。
誰がやったかは分かってる。みーちゃんだよ。私が警察と結託することがないよう、保険が欲しかったに違いない。園崎家に探させるだけじゃなく、警察にも探させるとはね。連中もなりふり構ってられないってことか。
ミオンがそんなことするわけねえだろ。
したんだよ。
Yikes!
みーちゃんが私を撃った。
いや、しねえな。ミオンも俺たちもみんな仲間だぞ。たとえ世界が全部敵になったとしたって仲間は最後まで味方なんだ。だからミオンがレナを売ることなんて、海水が全部蒸発するような天変地異があったって絶対にありえない。
みーちゃんの肩をどうして持つの？
逆だろ。なんでミオンをそこまで疑うんだよ。
そんなのは決まってるでしょ。ミオさんの暴いた致命的な事実は狂信者たちの偉大な計画の実現。
黙れ黙れ。ちょっと言葉がきつかったな。
He's the... It's sometimes it do be like that. Sometimes you like yell something and you're just like, shoot, immediately just like, shoot, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry.
いいか。
That's very
あの死体
realistic,
がなくなってい
actually.
たのは確かにミオンが掘り返したからだ。
やっぱりそうじゃない。
終わりまで聞けよ。いいか。ミオンが死体を掘り返したのはあの埋めた場所が安全じゃないことが分かったからなんだ。営林署がこの夏あの辺り一帯を伐採するって計画を立ててたことが後に分かったんだよ。だからミオンはレナを守るために死体を掘り返してくれたんだよ。
Uh-oh. Rena laughed at me like I was stupid or something. I could tell she didn't understand anything I was saying.
そんなのみーちゃんの口から出まかせに決まってるでしょ。圭一くんの前ではいいこぶりたいあの子の汚いやり方だって。
Alright, Rena.
あのな、じゃあどうすりゃよかったんだよ。今年の夏に営林署が見つけちまうかもしれないと知ってて放置しとくのかよ。そんなことできるわけねえだろ。
その営林署の伐採計画というのがそもそもみーちゃんの作り話だってどうしてわからないのかな。
わからねえのはレナの方だろ。
Sorry I don't have much to say about this. I'm just invested in the actual dialogue. After I yelled at her, she gave me an icy look. She stared into my eyes, as if trying to find out what I came here for.
俺はレナの目を覚ましに来たんだ。お前は高野さんのスクラップ帳のせいでとんでもない狂った夢に取りつかれてる。最初のうちは面白い話だと思ってたが、そろそろシャレにならないと思い始めた。お前は今ちょっとした病気なんだよ。
ああ、理科もどきにも病気だって言われたっけね。確かに内脇病はもう始まってるし。
She's like, dang, maybe I should have taken the drug while Rika had it with me.
ああ、もう違うんだ。とにかく俺の話を聞け。しばらくの間横になってじっくりと休まねえか。本当はミオンの家に囲まってもらった方が
That's gonna be the last place she's gonna go.
警察からもかくまえるしな。でもそれでもミオンが信用できないってんなら
Keiichi, you immediately blabbed her secrets to Mion the second you got the opportunity. You really think she's gonna trust you to not do the same thing? Especially since Mion's like, hey, let me know if you find her.
とにかくこんな休めない場所で縮こまってだって心にいいわけがないんだ。まずは俺の家に行こう。そして冷たい飲み物でも飲みながらちょいと熱を冷ましてみないか。そうすりゃレナもすぐに気づくさ。
何を言ってるの、ケイチ君。
She keeps flickering back and forth between lizard eyes and no lizard eyes, which is interesting.
私がおかしくなってるって言いたいの？おかしいのはお前たちの方なんだ。お前たちは寄生虫に乗っ取られて知らず知らずのうちに奴らに操られているだけ。ケイチ君も傍観者のつもりでいるけど実は被害者の一人なんだよ。それに気づけないのが、それを私は責めない。私がきっとケイチ君たちを救ってあげるから、今は私を信じていて。
おかしいのはお前たちの方って。じゃあレナは村が丸ごとおかしくて自分だけが正しいっていうのかよ。
ひなみ沢だけじゃないかもしれないね。もはや奴らの魔種は獅子骨市全域、あるいは県内全域にまで及んでいるかもしれない。でも私だけは正しいの。
I mean, I do feel like that sometimes. But usually if you think everyone else is crazy, you're often the crazy one.
ミオさんのスクラップのおかげでそれに気づけた。ケイチ君だって気づけたんじゃなかったっけ？
待てよレナ。自分以外世界中が全ておかしいって。それおかしいのは自分だけなんだよ。世界は最初から何も変わってねえし、おかしくもなんともない。ましてやレナの敵でもなんでもない。自分だけが正しくて世界が全部敵なんてことはありえないんだよ。それはつまり自分だけが敵ってことなんだよ。
That's tough though.
かわいそうなケイチ君。でも仕方がないよ。ミオさんの真実は誰もが受け入れられるものではない。ミオさん自身、この内容が本当に真実か、だからケイチ君が受け入れられないことを私は理解できる。だからそんなケイチ君を救うために私は頑張るよ。頑張って戦って必ずケイチ君たちを支配している奴らをやっつけてやるから。
Rena, that's stupid. That's just idiotic. You feel sorry for me? You're stupid. Why are you feeling sorry for me? I don't deserve it. Why don't you understand? Why do you still believe a crazy, stupid story like this? You're just interpreting everything to suit your convenience. Modern day, social discourse be like.
ミオさんもリカちゃんも、そして今や私も、もうスペアが用意されてるの。そして私が消されるのと同時に入れ替わることになっている。
はあ？スペア？お前
Spare?
本気で何を言ってるんだ？
もういいや。ケイチ君には真実を教えてあげよう。私がケイチ君に話してない。実はね、
What?
寄生虫の正体は宇宙人なの。
Rena, I thought we already passed the alien thing. That was like a one-off joke. You took that seriously?
宇宙人？
うん。お社様の正体も
What?
もちろん宇宙人。
Rena, how do you not understand that this is nonsense, what you're talking about? And we live in a world where basically the one and only thing that could actually surprise me is if aliens were actually real. That is the only thing that could happen these days, and I'd be like, wow, what? That's insane. Everything else I'm just like, yeah, that sounds about right.
天から降臨する際の描写は世界各地に散らばる宇宙人説と合致するの。偉大な文明が起こるとき、偉人は必ず宇宙から現れる。彼らは宇宙から優れた英知を持って地球を訪れ、いつまでも未熟な地球人類の進化を促そうと。
So Takano is either insane, evil, or the biggest troll ever, if she's giving her all this knowledge. Maybe a combination. After all, both of the people who Takano gave her stuff to went completely insane. Hey, wait just a minute. You must be kidding, right, Rena? The parasite theory was interesting. But aliens? Come on, that's just nonsense. But Rena believes this theory so seriously. And she feels sorry for me because I can't accept it.
奴らは人体規制を通じてコミュニティを支配してきた。だが時折勘のいい人間が生まれ、その支配の実態を暴こうとした。彼らはそれを取り除き、コミュニティを維持するために様々な拉致を行ったの。そして時には金属片を埋め込みそのコントロールを得たり、あるいは外見だけを共有した別の存在と入れ替えることによって支配を続け。
Where did Takano get the evidence for this? Oh yeah, out of her butt.
そいつらはミオさんのコピーを生み、
Why are you making
私の
that
コピーを
face
生んだ。
while speaking that softly?
リカちゃんのコピーもさっき来たんだよ。そいつと話をしてみた。そいつは宇宙から来た存在
No,
であ
it
ることを
didn't.
認めた
She
よ。
never said that.
そして破滅の日が近いことを告白し、私にあがけるものならあがけと嘲笑った。私は戦うよ。人類を奴らの家畜になどしてたまるか。私は絶対に
You're so stupid! I stepped towards Rena and she slapped her in the face. I was hoping it would return her to sanity.
目を覚ませ。
So why would you do that? I've been speaking nothing but normal things.
レナ、もう忘れたか。まさにこの場所だ。それもほんの数日前だ。俺たち仲間たちはこの場所で
That was just a few
全員
days
で手を
ago?
取り合ったよな。そして仲間は家族同然だって認め合ったよな。
Rena played it for us. Yeah. When she makes that face this close, oh man, terrifying. She didn't interrupt, so I continued.
お前の言う宇宙人が地球を侵略してるって話を、たとえ世界中が信じなくても俺は信じてやる。
Keiichi going in a different direction than I would.
俺はお前の仲間で一番最初の味方だからだ。
No. If you're somebody's friend, that does not mean you take their side no matter what. It means you have their back no matter what. That is not the same thing.
でもならお前も聞いてくれ。仲間で味方の俺の言葉を聞いてくれ。あの高野さんのスクラップ帳はでっち上げのインチキなんだよ。
She made them up. Really? Oh, the swelling music.
本当さ、高野さんはオカルトマニアなんだ。ひなみ沢の古い歴史をいろいろに解釈して遊んで、陳説を書き上げては人に読ませて回ってるだけなんだ。だから寄生虫がどうのこうのという説以外にも UFO がどうこうとか地底人がどうこうなんていうとんでもないのまでたくさんあるんだ。
She changes the story every time she tells it.
だからレナが読んだスクラップ帳は高野さん自慢の最新作でしかないんだよ。ほら、あの人って人をからかうみたいなところがあるだろう。
But the Sonozaki still want the scrapbooks though, so that's the weird thing.
レナが真面目に話を聞いてくれるもんだから面白がってとんでもない話を吹き込んだだけなんだよ。
単なる創作ならミオさんはどうして殺されたの？しかも検視結果では死後24時間のはずなのに、どうして祭りの夜に歩いていたの？富武さんの死因は？園崎家は？ ひなみ沢の伝説は？お社様は？リカちゃんは？全部創作？世界中が私たちを騙すために嘘をついているって、そういうの？
何でもかんでも無理につなげて解釈するな。古代妄想の典型的な症例じゃねえかよ。
Keiichi just summarized the entirety of Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Stop making connections between everything.
とにかく難しく考えるな。
The color of the guy in this minigame is not integral to the plot.
レナはちょっと疲れてるだけなんだ。だから少し休もう。俺はレナにくつろげる部屋と布団、食事を提供するだけだ。食事が信用できないなら自前で好きにしてくれたっていい。とにかく俺の言うことを今だけでいいから信じてほしいんだ。
私の言っている話の方が筋も通っているし、証拠も根拠もたくさんある。なのに圭一君は自分を信じてくれの一点張り。どっちが正しいかなんて明白でしょ？
ああ、明白だな。俺だ。
It is obvious. It's me.
俺が正しい。
Twitter be like.
よくそんなことを言い切れるね。
ああ、そんなのは簡単さ。俺がレナの仲間だからだ。仲間は絶対に裏切らない。
Except in all the other chapters.
仲間を絶対に助ける。だから世界中が俺を正しくないと言っても今だけは俺を信じろ。
Keiichi, you're such a dork.
俺がお前の仲間だからなんだ。
I heard a thud. Rena dropped the hatchet. She staggered, holding her head in her hands. She was muttering something, and it looked like she was asking herself questions. He wants me to trust him, but he has no evidence to prove he's right. He's being absurd. Or maybe he's right and I'm wrong. Am I really just misunderstanding everything? It would be wonderful if that was true. I wished I was wrong so many times. I wished Mio-san's scrapbooks are nothing but a bunch of stories, and the parasite doesn't exist. Some coincidences happened to connect together, and I interpreted them in the wrong way. I really wish that was the case. Don't give up, Rena Ryugu. Be cool, Rena Ryugu. This guy has poison in his words. He's trying to take advantage of my weakness. Everything is too obvious not to believe. It's obvious that the aliens have been trying to invade the Earth, using this village as their base ever since it was called Onikafuchi. Keiichi-kun is a victim who's being controlled by them. He's just a victim. But when he grabbed my wrist really hard on that day, I could tell his intentions were true. I still remember the strength of his grip on my wrist. He tried to save me, his friend. I got lost in this crazy delusional maze many times. I prayed over and over that somebody would help me. And now, my prayers are answered, and Keiichi-kun is reaching for my hand again. But don't forget Rena Ryugu. This guy says he's your friend, but he hasn't told you everything about himself. Don't you remember? Uisi-san told you about it. He told me what he found out. I couldn't trust my friends, so Uisi checked on everyone, including Keiichi-kun. That's why I know about what he did before he moved here. Oh, this is exactly like in Chapter 1, where Uisi told Keiichi what Rena used to do. What did he used to do? He looks like he's a good guy on the outside, but he's crazy on the inside. I can't trust him. I shouldn't trust him. So what? Are you just gonna say he's crazy, or are you not gonna actually tell us what Uisi told you to make you think he's crazy? I don't care who he was before he moved here. I did many bad things in Ibaraki too. I did many unforgivable things. I hurt my friends really badly, broke the windows at the school, and I was suspended. I was a very bad girl. Did he treat me differently because of that? No, he didn't. Rena Ryugu is Rena Ryugu. He'll forgive me because it was Rena Ryugu who did all those bad things in Ibaraki. No, it's not because of the eye. He won't forgive me. I should know better. Keiichi Maibara believes that I'm a kind and modest girl because he doesn't know Rena. If he found out about Rena, what would he do? He wouldn't do anything. He would be scared of me. Rena is Rena. Rena is a different girl. Well, he was scared of Rena, wasn't he? The same goes with Keiichi-kun. I don't care who he was before he moved here. We're even.
大丈夫か、レナ。
There's a lot in that gaze.
触るな、汚らわしい。
Rena knocked my hand aside when I reached for her.
さっきから仲間だから信じろ？仲間だから世界中すべてより正しいだと？それこそ妄言じゃないか。
なんと言われたって俺はお前の仲間だ。だから絶対にお前のためになることを言っている。疑うな。 絶対に俺が正しい。
へえ。じゃあ聞いてもいい？
あ、何でも聞け。
仲間ってのは隠し事なんてないん
Oh
だよ
no!
ね。
Oh no! Chapter 1 flashbacks. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, this is getting so creepy. Oh, this is getting so creepy.
当然だ。隠し事なんかしない。
嘘だよ。
This is really Chapter 1 flashback.
嘘なんかつかない。
嘘だ。
Yep, there it is.
何がおかしいよ。
圭一くん、隠し通せてるつもりなんだ。
What did he do?
私、知ってるんだよ。
Creepy out of context thumbnail.
圭一くんが引っ越してくる直前にどういうことしてたか
So what you're
知ってるんだ
so what
よ。
you're saying is you know what I did last Tuesday. I felt as if my entire body was covered in frosty needles. My mind and body both froze all of a sudden. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. How come she knows about that?
大石さんに調べてもらったんだよ。みんなのこと。そしたら圭一くん、引っ越しの前はとんでもない人だったんだよね。
Are you just gonna keep saying I know what you did, or are you gonna say what he did?
やめろ。あれは違うんだ。
ずいぶん悪いことしてたみたいだね。
What?
さとこちゃんとリカちゃんにも話しておかないとね。こんな危ない人が身近にいたなんて信じられないよ。
I need more context on this right now.
違う。それはたまたまなんだ。
児童連続襲撃事件。すごいすごい。ひなみ沢村連続開始事件に負けないくらいインパクトあるよ。
What?
違うんだよ。あれは本当に。
何がどう違うの？数週間の間に
Okay. Oh,
人
phew,
気のない
thank
と
goodness.
ころを歩く小さな子供ばかりを狙って。
Okay, okay, thank goodness. That was not as bad as they were making that out to be.
恐ろしい事件だった。
Still bad, but less
市
so.
内一帯は一時期騒然。PTA が交差点ごとに立ち、集団下校にもなったんだ
Look,
ったね。
Keiichi was just fed up because his school didn't have an airsoft league, alright?
目に当たって大怪我した子もいたんでしょ。
Oof. Oh, that's not good.
幸い後遺症にはならなかったそうだけど。モデルガンなんて武器を持ちながら、それでも小さな子しか狙わないいやらしさ。
Yeah, that's not cool.
そんなことして何が楽しかったの？
But you know, I know a girl who broke every window in her school.
でも楽しかったからずっと続けてたんだよね。そのくせ途中で両親の呵責に耐えられなくなって、ご両親と一緒に
Good for him.
自首。
It means he actually knows what he did was wrong.
責任取るのもご両親と一緒じゃないとダメなわけ。
What do you mean he turned himself in?
少年法って親切よね。被害者にも犯人の名前は公開されないし、お父さんが大金持ちだったから示談金をたくさん積んでくれたんだよね。それで大ごとにしない約束を取り付けて、まったりとしばらくは保護観察。それでほとぼりが冷めた頃合いにお金に任せて遠方へ引っ越しして全部チャラ。
Power of money!
いいね、お金持ちは。
I mean, Rena, your dad's kind of loaded too, but
違うんだ。
そんなこと
well,
どうして
gee,
今まで黙ってたの？
I just can't think of why he wouldn't want to talk about the most painful and horrible thing he did in his life to people he's only known a few months. I just can't think of a single reason why.
前の学校ではずっと勉強漬けだった？どうしてそんな嘘をつくの？
ごめん。嘘ってわけじゃ。
仲間ってのは隠し事なんかなしでしょ？そうでしょ？じゃあお前は仲間じゃない。
The blades of her words hit hard, and they made my eyes bleed. The blood was clear and it tasted salty.
私も過去の事件からお前が怪しいと思ってる。 それを隠しきれてると思わないで。
Also Twitter in a nutshell. I remember how deeply I regretted it. I couldn't regret enough. I wanted to forget it, but I couldn't. I made a stupid mistake. Why? Why does she have to bring it up right now? I apologized and accepted everything, and I moved here to put it behind me. I wanted to have a fresh start in Hinamizawa. I swore to myself to live a clean life from then on. Everything is ruined now. I'll be a criminal, no matter where I go. I was stressed out with my exam studies. I was frustrated. I randomly shot people. I didn't care if it was girls or kids. Why did I do something so stupid? There was no reason. I had no reason to do that. I just wanted to get someone's attention. I didn't have the courage to tell my parents that I didn't want to study. I just wanted somebody to scold me, so I used a childish way to get attention. I regret what I did. I swear I'll never do something that stupid again. If I do it again, they can send me to the chair. If there was something that I could do to be completely forgiven, I'd do it, no matter what it was. But no matter how deeply I regret it, and no matter how long I atone for my sin, I'll never be forgiven. That's why I wanted to sweep the whole thing under the carpet, and have a fresh start. I have nothing to say if somebody tells me that forgetting my sin is an act of cowardice. Sins are sins. You can't just get rid of them. You have to carry them for the rest of your life. I know that's the fate of a sinner. If you don't want to live like that, don't be a sinner. I understand that logic too. But then, how are sinners supposed to live? With the light of Christ!
とにかくお前は仲間じゃない。仲間じゃないやつの指図は受ける言われはない。私のことは当分放っておいてもらう。いいね。
I mean, she's not trying to kill us, so at least props to her. I didn't notice until she spoke that I was on my knees, hanging my head. Rena picked up the hatchet she dropped earlier. I wanted her to hit my head with it. Yeah, that's right. If anything's going to be torn apart, I'd rather it be my body. Compared to the pain of my heart being torn to shreds, I'd rather she cut my head off. I believed it. I still believe it. I still believe it right at this moment. I believe that I'm their friend. But in fact, I'm starting to become aware of it. I want to believe I am their friend because I don't want to accept my past. I'm trying to tell myself that, but I feel stupid crying like this. My face is all messy with tears. I was never their friend. I am a sinner, and I hid my past from them. I did it because I was scared. I had told her that friends don't hide anything from another, and I hid my past from them. I hid my sin from them. My past has nothing to do with how I live my life here. If I ever attacked a kid in this village because I was frustrated, I wouldn't mind it if they killed me and cut me into pieces. But I'll never do anything like that again. I just want to live normally. What I did before I moved here has nothing to do with my life now. For instance, Rena moved here too. I wouldn't change the way I see her, even if I found out she did something bad before she moved here. Are you sure about that? Right? I wouldn't, would I? Even if Rena beat some of her friends or broke all the windows of her school, I wouldn't care because it happened in Ibaraki. Oh, we get the flashback. She didn't do that in Hinamizawa. Rena is Rena. She was my best friend. That's why I wouldn't see her differently, even if I found out about her past. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie! I'd keep a distance from her if I found out she really did such things. I'd be scared of her. I wouldn't try to listen to her. Why? It's just a rumor. Why would I be scared of her? She's my best friend. If I was in her situation, would I reject her just like she did? So, Rena's rejection of me was completely natural? Then what am I supposed to do? I was the only one crying. Rena wasn't crying. She looked at me as if she was looking at something dirty. After giving me a nasty look, she disappeared into the darkness. Rena didn't forgive me. There was nothing I could do to atone for my sin but to keep crying, still down on my knees. Weird. He almost remembered part of Chapter 1, just like he kind of remembered part of Chapter 3. New tips acquired, the reason we moved to Hinamizawa. Achievement unlocked. I just want to live normally. Accuse a friend of a horrible crime. With a gun as the image. Although I think it's a BB gun. I don't know if they accused him of a horrible crime. They're more just like, I know what you did before you went here. The reason we moved to Hinamizawa. Oh, we're going to the cornfield. I don't remember how many years ago it was. There was this beautiful village surrounded by nature. But the village was going to be submerged in water because of a new dam project, and the villagers protested against it en masse. They held a sightseeing tour so people from the other places could enjoy the local beauty. I joined the tour out of simple curiosity. I wanted to take a look at the nature that might sink under the water. But when I got there, the place took my breath away. The air was so clean and clear, and the landscape was beautiful beyond words. Since then, I was hooked on the inspiring nature of the place. I fell in love with the village so much that I was very glad when I heard that the dam project was cancelled. That village is where I'm building our new house. When I visited there, I found a beautiful field of wildflowers. I saw 2 cute girls playing in that field. Both of them were very beautiful, with long, straight hair. They were probably neighbors or best friends. I still remember how they looked. One of them had a very beautiful face with a clear-cut profile of her age, and the other had a very pretty, innocent look. I'm sure both of them will grow up into fine, beautiful ladies in the future. They were running around in the field like they were dancing. I asked them if the field was their playground. They said they were playing in the hopes that newcomers would move to the village. Then I saw a sign saying, "Lot for sale." That was when I began to think it might be a great place to live. There was nothing here, and things are a bit inconvenient compared to the life in a city. But I sincerely believe that this is the best place for us to start a new life together as a family. A lot of things happened back in the city, but the past is the past. It's best that we move on. We learn from our mistakes, and I hope that we can start a new, more ideal life in this village. Keiichi, I hope you'll grow to love it here as much as I do. So this is Keiichi's dad. You do? I'm happy to hear that. I'm also happy that we've been doing a lot better as a family since we moved here. Back in the city, we were far from close. So I'm truly happy that we were able to start from scratch. Now that I come to think about it, I've never had a chance to have a conversation with you like this before. Oh, Keiichi. Do you know any 2 beautiful girls with long straight hair in your school? I think they're a lot younger than you. Oh, you know the 2 young beautiful girls, but one has short hair, huh? I don't think they're the ones I saw. You want to know why I asked? Oh, I just wanted to ask them to be models for my portraits. I was thinking about making them wear cute costumes. No, you weird. Basically, I wanted to see them again for artistic reasons. Every man is a pervert in this game. So if you happen to see them, let your dad know, okay? Promise me, okay? Don't be creepy. I'm assuming his wife just smacked him in the head, which, yeah, justified. All right, well, that was a good set of chapters right there. I feel like I didn't talk that much during that stream because I was very engrossed in the story. That was interesting. We got a lot of reveals. Kind of nuts. Gotten a bit more of a grasp of the Rika situation and Rena's mental instability and Keiichi's past. So wow, yeah, that was well done. I mean, Keiichi wouldn't be making those decisions. True, that's true. I thought it was going to start out with, like, Keiichi went there and was like, when they were like, all right, we got to move from the city, Keiichi's like, how about Hinamizawa? I loved it there. And they're like, okay, sure, let's go. But no, so, all right, Keiichi's dad perspective. Let's not go back there again. That's where we're going to end the stream for today. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Great chatting with you all. We'll probably be finishing up Chapter 6 on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so tune in for that. I think at this point we only have 1 more set of tips to go through, so most likely I think 2 more to be continues, and it looks like things are kind of building to a climax here. Rena probably can't last much longer with her mental instability, so we'll see. Anyways, hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and God bless everybody.